Hello and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV with me, Meoni, continuing our look at patch 6.55's new housing items. This one's really cool. I've been excited for this. Ever since we originally saw the first iteration of patch notes for 6.5, they actually showed off some future housing items that we haven't got in the game until now, and two of those are actually the Imitation Magitek repair station for both the wall unit and floor unit. So these give you the idea of like a repair station, a supply station for your Magitek suits, which look amazing, obviously. So there are some basic materials on this. Don't be fooled, it's not that hard to get these materials, just a little bit of work. So we've got 10 chondrite ingots. So of course, if you're making both of these, they share the exact same materials for both the floor unit and the wall unit. So if you wanted both, double this up, so 20 chondrite ingots, 6 manganese ingots, 8 Garlean steel joints, and 8 Garlean steel plates. Now, specifically, the most annoying part about this is the Garlean steel joints and plates. These are actually monster drops. They're pretty low drop chance, and here's where I farm them with my girlfriend. The best place that myself and my girlfriend could come up with was actually north of Camp Blue Fog. So if you go over to Northern Thanalan and go to the Cerulean processing plant and go north into Raban's Push just outside of Castrum Meriadnum, you will actually find a lot of Vanguard NPCs. Now, any of the Vanguards, these robots, will have a chance to drop them, both the steel joints and the steel plates. As you can see, I've got 10 joints and 7 plates here, but they all drop this, and you can see that there's a Vanguard there. There's Vanguards that spawn here that I've already killed. They spawn all around this place, basically. They'll just respawn quite quickly. We've got one over here, like a big one. We've got ones that spawn in the corner. But yeah, it's quite a dense pattern. You can farm them quite nicely. Just go up to them, throw some dots on them, done. Instant cast them. But yeah, it's very easy to just rotate around here and nuke them down and get the items you need. But like I say, the drop rate on these things is kind of disgusting, which is why people are selling these items on the market board for ludicrous amounts, because it's a brand new item. But again, you don't have to do that. If you'd rather not spend 600k or whatever it is that people have already brought it up to, it's not that bad. I would say a couple of hours or something like that if your RNG is absolute trash like mine. But between you and a friend, maybe you can farm this out a bit quicker. But as you can see, look how quickly those things are respawning. The big one, especially the H2 in the middle, that thing respawns really quickly in comparison to the others. So I just have a bit of a walk around, dot them up a bit, throw some damage at them. There's another steel joint. Excellent. So yeah, honestly, once you get a good idea of like a path, that really isn't a big deal. Don't go to the market board and spend gil on these. People will be trying to make an absolute fortune off these. I don't blame them. There's all sorts of behavior that's going to come out of this, as is always the case with new items. But combine those joints and plates with the ingots, and you can create this stuff with armor craft. As you can see, it says, appearing as though it came straight from a Garlean castrum, one would be forgiven for attempting to maintain Magitek armor with this repair station. Asterisk, not an actual repair station, cannot be used in the maintenance of Magitek armor. And the flavor text goes on to the second one as well. Again, these aren't very difficult to actually craft. This stuff is not going to be difficult for you, especially if you're level 90. I mean, I'm just going to do muscle memory, and we're going to go straight into rapid synth. You can't HQ housing items anyway, so there's not really much point in bothering with that. But as you can see, very easy stuff. Really didn't break a sweat at all. But like I say, find what's good for you, what's right for you in terms of farming the materials. But I certainly wouldn't be lazy and buy them from a market board. I've already done that before realizing, and I'm telling you to do it, to not do it, so that you don't fall into the same hole that I did. Let's look at these items together. Hey, and just like that, with me going and getting a beverage, it's daytime. Excellent, excellent. If ever you're waiting for the game to suddenly be day again, just go and make yourself a cup of tea. That's usually the route that I take. So we've got some daylight now, so we can look at these items. So let's look at the floor section first. My goodness, that is huge. Whoa. That is 10 times bigger than I expected it to be. Wow, that is enormous. Okay, let's plop that down. Already, I'm seeing lots of details on this, like a ton of details. Of course, these aren't dyeable. We'll look at the other section in just a second, but holy moly. So we've got the repair station itself. So there's a ladder that goes upwards to a platform where you would be able to access the top of a Magitek unit. We've got a trapdoor that would open presumably from this panel here. We've got lights. We've got a conveyor belt, which sadly does not appear to actually move your character, which is a shame. I was kind of hoping that it would. And then we also have more lights and switches. What's this? What does this say? Oh, we can't read that. I imagine it's like probably a security be careful sort of thing. So we can kind of jump up the ladder. I suppose that's a thing. As opposed to not being able to right click and climb up the ladder. That's really cool though. That is really cool. This is one of the coolest play sets, I'm going to call it, that we've seen. It would be nice if there was some kind of movement, but I suppose that would be difficult. What's this interaction? Oh, whoa. So you can toggle the warning lights on, like when someone's storming the castrum. That's the noise it has in my head, by the way. I don't know if that's not the noise. It doesn't come with that noise. That's just me. That's really cool, though. Just when you think housing items couldn't get any more, you know, stylish, this is awesome. They've got the lighting that lights up. You can toggle that on and off. It's got multiple platforms you can jump around on. I suppose the thing that we should do here is get a Magitek armor to see if it's to the right scale, right? Let's just get the OG. Yeah, it is. It's the perfect scale. I was thinking it might be off for some reason, but that's the perfect scale. So if you wanted to do a little bit of RP or that kind of thing, literally perfect for that kind of behavior. What we need now is a Magitek unit that isn't a mount that we can just have additionally to the game. That would be amazing. But yeah, I'm really pleased with just the floor unit, and that's all we've looked at so far. Let's look at the other bit then, which is a wall unit. So is this a separate entity? I thought these snapped together or something. Oh, cool. So it's like a crane type thing. Oh my goodness, I need to zoom out a long way. That's interesting. So let's plop that there for a second. There's a lot of verticality with this one. This is interesting. So we've got these little spinny things at the top. Not sure what that does. A warning thing. On the back of this, there's all sorts of pipes and greebling. LED sort of strip lights, like a weird sort of thing on the top there. More pipes. This is awesome. It's very rare that they add something to the game for housing that I'm like, okay, this is awesome. This is something that completely revolutionizes well, everything, really. I suppose what you could do is you could put it the other side, rotate that round if we had snap to grid on. There we go. That looks a bit cooler, doesn't it? Because then you've got that three-dimensional aspect of the Magitek unit being mounted here. Does this have this has an interaction as well? No. That's so cool. Wait, does it? It does. So the lighting comes on, I guess. Oh, you can turn the spinny light off. Doo-doo, doo, like the warning lights. That's so cool. Okay, if you're anything like me, you're going to have a lot of fun with this one. Definitely worth the time to farm out some of those plates and joints. Yeah, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I know it's not dyeable. It would have been cool to change the color of the metal, but if you're going for a Garlean castrum, this is the first step, I think, that we've seen towards being able to do that. The next step would be to get garden walls or a housing design that looks Garlean. That would be sick. That's really nice though, isn't it? And it's huge. It fills up 2 slots by having these individual items, and that's half of a large size plot. in a small plot, that's going to be enormous. Wow. Very impressed with that one. Very impressed. Let me know what you think about this one, if you've picked this one up yet. If you plan to, now you've seen how big it is. And if you plan to farm some gil off of it. Maybe you can farm those items. Maybe make a bit of gil before people crash the market. Who knows? Anyway, much love. More videos on the way. I'm actually blown away by this one. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.